There are artists who are actually doing this full time. If they're not on YouTube or social media and making money through that, something's not getting paid.
Cheers to truth, art, and saying things that most people are afraid to say. Today we're exploring identity, healing, creativity, and what it means to express yourself honestly through your work. We'll talk about the stories behind the canvas, the emotions behind the art, and the journey of becoming the person you're meant to be. Joining us for this conversation, she is a visual artist, poet, and creative storyteller. Please give it up for Miss NiSi. You said you changed your name.
Yes. It went through some phases. My family mostly calls me NiSi. And they've spelled it differently from how I spell it now. I saw the movie Bats when it came out with Halle Berry. Her best friend spelled it NiSi. And so it was still that way. And so I went ahead and just put a little bouginess on NiSi, changed it to NiSi. And because my business is NiSi's Eyes, it kind of helps people understand how to say it too.
Yeah.
Because eyes and NiSi kind of rhyme a little bit.
It does.
But it also worked for another purpose. My government is very similar to some people that were in the news years ago with OJ. And so my first name and my middle name are the sister-in-law and the wife of OJ. So anytime I Google myself, I can never find me. So it works to have NiSi now.
There you go. That came in perfect.
You got to be able to find me.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what is that? You said your NiSi has a meaning.
Yes, not yet final.
Not yet final.
Not yet final. So I still got more to do.
Yes.
Still more to do.
All right. And you coming from Greensboro?
Yes.
Out of Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yes. Originally from Milwaukee, but I've been here about 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
How you liking it?
I keep saying I'm going to go somewhere and I haven't left yet. So when it's time to go, I know it's time to go.
How do you think about the art community here?
It's growing. It's growing. And it may be that I just wasn't in it enough before. But now that I'm starting to get intertwined and meet other artists and find out about art grants and different business classes for art, I feel like it's either growing or I'm where I need to be to know who to talk to and what's going on. But I definitely feel like the city of Greensboro is starting to do more with art. So it's in more public spaces. And I definitely feel like people are getting a little bit more comfortable sticking their big toe in the water and getting out there and showing what they have.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Yeah.
Do you think that artists should network?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A lot of the artists that I've met, either word of mouth, Facebook, Instagram, the business cohort I was just in, a lot of times you learn things from people and you could be doing something 10 times harder than you need to. And you find somebody that's found an easier way to do it.
Yes.
So I love to network. I'm not necessarily an extrovert, so it may take me a little time to slide in there and ask questions and introduce myself, but networking is definitely necessary, especially when it comes to different artist calls. If you know somebody, let's say I don't do realistic work per se, but I know somebody who sketches and does that very fine detail. I'm not going to tell somebody I can do it and don't give them what they want. I know somebody.
That's right. That's right.
Pass the work along. So it's good to know those people because they'll do the same thing for me.
That's true. That's true. It's a good way to look at it too. How do you feel about, do you think that AI will eventually be able to create art?
It's already doing what it's doing.
Rather.
It's already doing what it's doing. And it's a hard place to be in as an artist because everything that I do is with a pencil and a brush. Yes, it's quick, but there's something about putting your time and your passion and your soul into months worth of work.
That's the whole thing right there.
Because I mean, even me, we're all guilty of it.
Mhm.
We're all using AI for flyers. We're using it for writing an email. We're using it for all the things. So it is convenient, but definitely make sure that you're honoring and respecting an artist's work and the time you put in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you feel that the internet or social media um gives more visibility to artists? Or how do you feel like that is right now for artists?
It definitely gives. I mean, that's with anything, honestly. You have the singers who are being discovered now because of the internet and YouTube and all these other apps.
Mhm.
But it's definitely it's a good thing
Okay.
because there's a lot of people that you may not reach.
Mhm.
One of the first few paintings that I did was just me doing something I saw wanted to do, was doing kind of like the Black Lives Matter.
Oh.
And I met a correspondent through my Instagram page who was kind of doing corresponding for Newsmax and CNN.
Mhm.
And she wanted a piece of art that was going to kind of be like here in her background. Never would have met her had I not been part of the lovely World Wide Web. She actually helped me level up. I told her my price and she was like, that's it? She's like, if you raise your price, I'll get two.
Mhm.
Like, what? You gonna tell me to raise my price and you gonna pay? I'm like, she playing games. She playing
Surprise.
But when that money came through, it's like, okay, she not playing games. So she promoted me on her different socials and things like that. And
So cool.
from there, I was like, kind of Jay-Z, price going up.
That's right.
Price is
You
going
got
up.
to know your worth, boy. You know what I'm saying?
And I didn't know it. It was just a hobby. And I'm like, I wasn't selling it, but if you want to buy it, I'll find a price.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of helped me grow. And I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, she had kind of been in the art world a little bit, knew what she wanted.
And it worked out for you. Does every piece of art need a meaning to it?
I feel like it should, but I don't think everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll even kind of say with the AI, since you mentioned that, I don't feel like a lot of the AI work that's coming out necessarily has a feeling. It's something that somebody may relate to, but it may not necessarily have a feeling with it.
I know.
For me, I've tried to just paint, but it has some kind of feeling attached to it, whether it's something I feel or something that somebody has conveyed to me that they felt from seeing something similar. Um, I've been told I need to simplify to sell art more, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
In the midst of painting, I'll have a thought or I'll have a feeling, and that's going to go into it. It may change kind of my whole outlook of what I'm painting. But it's in there, and the message is gonna get out, whether it's even just for me, or if somebody gets it, or if there's poetry that I put with it for them to understand if they can't see it just from the painting.
Yes. Oh, tell us about the poetry now, because you're a poet as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so the poet side of you incorporates into your art?
It does.
Okay.
And I'm actually sliding back into what I started. Life got to life it. But when I first started painting, I said with every painting, I would write a poem to go with it. So if somebody doesn't necessarily see the vision, they can read it and hopefully feel it that way. Because everybody doesn't learn the same.
Right.
Some are auditory, some are kinesthetic. You got to feel things and do things. Because I mean, there may be some people in art galleries and they touching all on art we don't want you to touch, but we get it.
That's why I always ask, can I touch it?
Because once it falls, or something falls off.
Yep.
But yeah, so I try to incorporate my poetry with my art, even if it's just a snippet, or a haiku, a few lines. But I try to make sure that every angle is kind of covered so people understand where I'm coming from with it.
Wow. So they get a bonus with it.
Get a bonus.
All right. Do you feel like every artist should make money doing it?
No, that's not everybody's goal.
Yeah.
Of course, when I initially started off, I didn't have a price for mine. It was just literally, I have nothing to do at home but be a mama and sit here because I'm furloughed. So I went ahead and started painting YouTube University. And once people started asking how much, initially it was I'm not charging for this. Like, this is something I just did for me. But the more people kept asking, okay, I will find a price.
Better find one.
I will find a price. And so you go through the research of figuring out how people price their artwork. And everything is not for everybody. So you have to find what works for you and who you're catering to. But yeah, it doesn't have to be for sale. It could simply be for you. There's a lot of artists that simply paint for themselves. And they may give it away or they may just have it for their home.
Is that same as commodity? Art is a commodity or no?
I don't know. I hadn't heard that. I don't know.
No. Okay. I've heard that, but I really don't know
I might need to look
where they go. Right.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, because an artist said they don't want their art to be a commodity.
It could be.
Mm.
It depends on the
person. Right.
However you want to move. Like the money might talk though, depending on if somebody's willing to pay a little something.
Yeah. Have you heard the starving artists? Is there truth to that or no?
I feel like it's mindset. Although we might starve just a little bit, but we try not to think in that mind frame. And I know for me, I'm trying to learn how to do business in art, so I'm not necessarily stuck in the starving artist. Find different avenues. There's some people who teach art to make extra money. The marketing of it. Some people license their artwork. There's different ways, merchandise. I have, some of my things on bags or shirts and things. Cups. So there's different ways you can do it, but of course not everybody that sees your art is going to want your art hanging on a wall in their house. They may want it as a mouse pad.
Yeah.
They may want it as earrings. You never know. Right. Or that just the money is a little funny right now. I can't buy it right now, but I may buy a print. I can't buy the original. So it just depends on the audience.
What's the difference between print and original, really? I mean, I know, but
yeah. The biggest thing is the original, of course, I painted every brush stroke. The print is I took a picture of all that hard work I did, and you get the print. You don't get the actual original. Like on Fine Art America, you can get a canvas wrapped print that's gonna look like the original, but it's not.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Wow. So you want that original? Do you sign both of them or no?
Usually I sign both of them. Sometimes I don't sign all the prints, depending on where it's gonna be at. Like I do have some stuff at Next Chapter Bookstore. Most of those are signed. But usually, of course, the ones that are coming from Fine Art America, those aren't signed prints because they shit that out on their own. They do the work for it.
They do the work for it, yeah.
Yes. So it's honestly, people want the original because it's the original.
Right.
But some people are fine with just having your art because they respect and love your art and they can't pay that original price.
Right. Okay.
Everybody money, not money.
That's right. You gotta go with your budget.
You got to go with your budget. So I try to make both sides available.
That's cool. Yeah. Who is NiSi before the art?
Just going along, trying to figure things out. I would say before the art, she was doing too much. She was doing a lot and doing too much at the same time. Before the art, I was an educator, theater art teacher, makeup artist, modeled.
You say model?
Wow. So I did a lot of things. I wore a lot of hats. And as you grow older and as your body starts to talk to you as well, you gotta sit some things down and kind of make changes with your life. But before, I've always been creative. My mom always had me in modeling classes, not art classes other than school. Acting things, doing church plays, going to different trips, Girl Scouts. I was in a traveling youth choir.
She kept you involved.
I was in some of everything. So it was good because I got a chance to kind of see different sides of things.
Yeah.
But it also it showed me I like the creative side. I've never been a huge math and science kind of girl.
Oh no.
It's never been my. I can do some English.
Yes.
I can do some reading, but that's never my thing. it meshes up.
Mm-hmm.
It meshes up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I did a lot, and I finally had to kind of set some things down and realize that might not be your passion anymore. That might not be where the true love is. So,
Which is
art and
art,
poetry. Art and the poetry. So those are where I'm kind of stuck with now. I don't really say I'm retired as a makeup artist, because you never know when you got to pick that brush back up.
That's right. You might be a call for a movie or something.
Exactly. So
Spielberg.
hey, I'm around. I'm around.
Fix some aliens up or something.
We gonna put in some work if we need to. And that's kind of the hard thing too. I'm a helpful person, so even if I'm not there to do a certain thing, and I see the struggle is real,
yeah,
I'll try to help out.
Try to help out.
Where there's I've seen makeup artists in the past who are like, they didn't hire me for that.
He's like, I was over right here. I know that.
But you never know what that good deed will do for you, either in that moment or later. So I can't just
you
watch
can always
somebody
use
sit and
it,
struggle.
you know, somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
You know. Did you take makeups? Did you go to cosmetology?
I did go to cosmetology school. Weirdly enough, they didn't teach us a lot of makeup. They taught us more of the skincare side.
Okay.
So we kind of taught each other makeup while we were there. And then as I was teaching, a photographer friend of mine asked, is there something you would do if money wasn't an issue? And I'm like, I've thought about being a makeup artist. I do my own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about doing anybody else's. So she connected me with another makeup artist. She mentored me for a while, and then I kind of went off on my own. So
can you make money doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good money. Okay.
It's good money in it. Definitely weddings and definitely like movies,
Special case.
videos, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely money in it. You got to find your clients.
Yeah.
Everybody is not your client.
Mm.
Because everybody's not going to pay what you feel you are worthy of being paid.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, so as much as I loved it, as much as I love working with brides, I still have those connections and those friends who now support me with the art and the poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to try to divide the two.
But you can't. You can't.
I can. I do erotic poetry as well. So I tried to keep them separate because I am a preacher's kid.
Aha.
And I didn't want that kind of finagling together.
Right.
So a lot of my clients now are finding out, even though I do more than just erotic poetry, I don't just mess. So yeah, even though I do that, I have a lot of clients who know that I do it now. I was like, why didn't I know this before? I would have came. Right. So then you learn a little something about your clients. But yeah, so it's definitely, you can do both.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely do both. And I used to like write my thank you cards with my art on the front.
Oh, that's nice.
So they at least can venture into the other avenues.
Right.
And, there's some people that I've written poems for
mm-hmm.
that were for their husband or for their wife. I'm like, just give me some information about them and I'll put something together. You read it and see if it's true to how you feel and go there. So it can go together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intertwine. The packaging is very important as well. So. Why does right. Why does identity keep showing up in your work?
Looking for myself.
Where she be?
Where she be? And we have different times and periods where we change. We learn things, we grow, we experience things. And so even though someone who's known me since I was a child, at 44, I'm a whole different somebody.
Yeah.
Even if you knew me a few years ago when I lived in Charlotte, I'm different now. I was going through a separation and a divorce when I moved to Charlotte. And now, a few years after that, I'm more independent, more vocal. There was some things that I wasn't then, and I had to kind of find in myself. And so everybody's kind of experiencing and figuring out who they are.
Yes.
It's just a matter of if you're gonna, one, accept that you either are or are not that person you were before. If you're gonna put up with the things that you put up with before. Or if you're just gonna sit in it, sit where you are and not change.
mean, you have to evolve. You would
But
think.
some people don't.
Yeah, they kind of
Some people stay around those same people that they grew up with that aren't doing anything. But you hope that people grow, and sometimes they need to see that example in you.
Yes.
Yeah, because some people just feel like I can't get out of these four walls. I can't get out of where I'm at. But if they see you doing things, or even take the time to ask you your story, they might have a little bit more confidence to make a move or to do something different.
That I motivate them.
Yeah, you never know who's watching.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You never know.
Yeah. Have you ever had to rediscover yourself?
All the time. All the time. I would say you don't realize that you're rediscovering until after you've rediscovered. Because a lot of times you do go through things and it's like, hold on now, before I would have done that much different.
Yeah.
But now I'm not putting up with it, or I can't let that mess my sanity. Yes. Because the peace.
That's everything.
The peace. I can literally just sit at home and just be. And there's a lot of people who feel like they need somebody there with them. They need that husband, or they need that companion there. But I don't need somebody just for a title, or just to say I got somebody waiting for me at home.
Right.
But there's a lot of people who can't sit with themselves.
No. And see, I wonder if I know we're going off the whole subject here, but let's let it flow.
Let it flow.
If you can't sit with yourself, how can you sit with somebody else? That's the... I don't know.
But it also makes you think, if you can't sit with yourself, what are these other people experiencing while they sitting with you?
Girl.
Sometimes you gotta look inside.
Yes.
Because that revolving door after a while is gonna be like, So you gotta figure out, is it me or is it the people that I'm putting in my space? You gotta find what's best for you.
Find what's best for you.
Yeah.
So do you find when you do your art that you're finding yourself as well when you're creating? Okay.
Even with the collection that I'm working on now, there's been a lot of going back to my childhood. I found myself watching the Black version of Polly with Felicia Rashad and Keisha Knight Pulliam, because of the direction I'm going in with the collection. I needed to find hat boxes. And I remember growing up seeing women with hat boxes and hats in that movie. I watched Women of Brewster Place.
Yeah.
Like those, until probably even yesterday or a couple days ago, I went back, was like, these are representations that my mom put in front of me. And she was big on VHS. She had a couple cabinets full of VHS tapes. She recorded anything that came on TV. But those were the visions that I saw with Diane Carroll and Diana Ross with Mahogany. And so those images and those things are now being put into the paintings.
What?
So I feel those women kind of like showing up, or the feeling and the grace and the elegance of them. So it's I had a whole cry moments when I had a aha moments.
Yes.
So it's definitely there. And I didn't realize that so much would come up from my childhood, and that this collection is even bigger than me. So it's scary, and it's
got a life of its
own. A life of its own. A life of it.
That's what you want. That's what. Yes.
And I can say this is what I'm going to paint, but as I start and as I get into it, it can either go in a direction that it's supposed to. And I had a thing of like, they're introducing themselves to me as I paint.
Wow.
And it was like, ooh, she's telling you who she wants to be on this canvas. It's like, okay, all right. I don't make no decisions around here.
Right, apparently not.
I don't make any. I can have the vision, but it may not go directly how my vision was, because she's trying to tell me who she wants to be.
Have you ever had a vision? You started something and then it went a whole nother direction? You'd be like, wait a minute.
I've had a few visions where I started it, and I was like, yep, what I saw is not what's coming up right here. I'll either paint over it, or I'll just go with the flow.
How do you be feeling during that time?
Trying to figure out where does this go.
Your emotions be kind of like all over
Yeah.
the place, huh?
Yeah, and I also have to, in those moments, look at me and like, okay, what am I trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Is it about what I'm trying to say?
Right.
So it's definitely, it can be a hard space to be in, but it's also therapeutic in that because you're also kind of finding yourself in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Like the healing,
Mhm.
you paint through healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say more so from, I
And not
paint
through.
from, yeah.
Okay.
Because most of the time when I'm going through,
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not getting much out. Those are those moments where I'm probably taking the canvas, putting it to the side, and it's just sitting there until I'm ready to go back to it. I could try to paint in the moment, but it's not necessarily going to work.
Right.
But once I've gotten through it, I see the beginning, middle, and end. So it's a little easier than painting through it because your emotions are just
Right. Yeah, they're all over the place.
and I don't need eye tears on the canvas. So
Then you have to start over, be like, well, hey, just a little.
let me try to camouflage that a little bit. But yeah, I've definitely gone through some stuff and been able to kind of tell the story after.
Yeah.
And that comes sometimes if I can't paint it, then that's when the poetry comes into. So it's either one or both.
Yeah. That at least you got options.
I got options.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Got some lanes.
I got options. Yes.
How do you know when your artwork is finished? Because I know you have some hanging around the house, right? That you haven't finished. So how do you know, as an artist, that your work is finished?
I've only heard it explained really good in a movie. So there's a movie called Really Love, and the guy is an artist, and he's at his studio with this young lady, and she asked him, "How does he know when his artwork is done?" And he said, "Well, how do you know when you're making love?" And
Wow.
you just know. So I can say, okay, I want to be finished by this day or on this day. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. But when I feel like if I do something more, I'm either doing too much or I'm going to mess it up, that's when I need to stop.
Ooh.
It tells you when it's time to stop.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, that's probably one that just looks too busy if you do keep going. Or you'll end up saying, I don't like none of this.
Yeah. Then you throw the whole thing.
Exactly.
And that was a thing, a thought.
A
thought and creation, right? It's a creative process.
Yes. So it can get interesting.
Yeah. What version of yourself did you have to let go?
The quiet one. Because I like I said, I've been a preacher's kid, so there's a lot that I either feel like I haven't been able to say, or if I said it, eyes would be watching every step that I made. Even in a marriage, there was a lot that I didn't say, and I had to let go of that. So after separation, divorce, you start kind of finding, okay, was it me or was it him? Was it both of us? But so we both played a part in it, but you also have to figure out, okay, what part was yours? And a lot of things I didn't say with how I felt. And so I had to let go of holding back, worrying about somebody else's feelings. Because they may not even feel like I think they're going to feel, and I say what I got to say. And so I've learned sometimes you just got to say the hard things. And it may hurt someone's feelings, but hopefully because you're saying it, you can understand, they can understand you more, and they also can see where you're coming from, and you can have that conversation to explain why you're at this point. But I had to give that up because there was a lot of things that can be misconstrued, miscommunicated.
Yep.
And so once you finally find your voice, which it probably came somewhat through the poetry as well. Once you find your voice, it makes it a little bit easier for you to say how you feel, and hopefully say it tactfully and not just very bluntly.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to say the things. You got to say the things. So that's the part I had to give up. And it's still a work in progress.
Right.
Because there's still some parts of me that really just care about how people will take stuff. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I can't care.
Yeah.
I can't care as much. I'm still gonna care, but how I give it to you, the delivery has to be so you understand.
But you can overthink the delivery too.
Oh, I'm an overthinker for sure. I am an overthinker for sure.
Oh my goodness.
So, and I think that's why I probably didn't say a lot either. Is it me thinking this? Is it just because I went through this back then that I'm doing this now? It could be all of those things, but sometimes you guys sit with yourself and think it through and say the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes
you gotta go brave and just do it.
Yes. It takes bravery.
It does. It does. You might feel like you're even getting out of character for saying.
People don't expect me to say none of that.
Yeah. Surprise.
Granted, I'm classy-ish with it.
Yes.
I'm not wretched and yeah.
Right.
But I'm the preacher's kid. Even at 44, there's still people on my Facebook who follow me that knew me when I was a baby. That's Reverend's daughter.
But that took courage for you to do that.
I have conviction every now and then. I do have some conviction every now and then. It's like, I'm grown. I have to say the thing.
Right.
And this may help some married husband and wife that's dealing with some stuff. They might need to know something.
Yeah.
So
if you hold back, it may mess up somebody getting that. You know what I'm saying? They may need it.
I've had moments.
What's the hardest thing you ever painted, do you feel?
This collection. This is, let me rewind. So I did an art business class through City of High Point. So it offered us different opportunities to speak with other artists, people who have their own galleries. It gave me an opportunity to show my work in more places and find out where other artistic places were that may be looking for art, especially like during furniture market. And so we had our own exhibit for the people that were in the class at High Point Arts Council at Centennial Station. And I ended up getting a call from one of the people who worked there, who's over it. And she mentioned about doing an exhibit. Now, I was completely confused, not knowing that I was confused, thinking that this was that for the class. And so I picked me a day and said, okay, I want this day exhibit.
Cool. Not to stop you, is that your first exhibit ever? Or just...
This will be my first solo exhibit.
Oh my goodness.
So I've displayed my art with different businesses, different art galleries, but not understanding that she was saying, this is your own exhibit. I was like, yeah, I want October. That works for me. How many do I need? Okay. And I sat with it for a while and was like, wait, there's nobody else in this exhibit. It's just me. She's like, you didn't get that when you said yes? No. And so I said I would do a certain amount of paintings because I have to fill up a certain amount of walls because it's my own, not realizing that's how you work. You a mama, your son is a musician, and you go and doing things with him. And so I've given myself a goal. I said, I'm going to reach this goal. And these 10 paintings, these 10 original paintings will be on those walls. I am on 2 and 3 of 10.
2 or 3?
The exhibit is in October.
This is July.
Yeah. I want to be done I like to give myself deadlines prior to when it needs to be ready because I don't like waiting up to the last minute. So they have to be done by September.
Gosh.
The 2 that I'm working on now are 48 by 60s. So they're about as tall as me. A little bit taller. So
pressure is on.
Pressure is on, but I'm trying to, once the sun goes down, I'm done painting.
Yeah.
So I work, I come home, I paint. done for the night.
Baby, you got your 9 to 5s. What
Yeah.
things? Okay.
So I'm realizing as of yesterday, oh, you got 2 jobs. In actuality, if you count being a mama, you
Absolutely.
yeah. So I'm learning. You might be a little mentally fatigued on occasion,
Yeah.
but you got to learn to sit still. But it's a good second job. I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you got to make sure that there's time where you're literally not doing 9 to 5 and not painting. So once sunlight goes down, I'm either binging on a show, audiobook, sitting still.
So that's how you handle your burnout if you have it.
Mm-hmm. Most of the time it's a glass of wine,
Mm-hmm.
and some music. TV is off, just sitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes I don't realize I'm in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Artists go through that though. I mean, yeah, so much that artists carry. It really is.
because sometimes you're carrying other people's stuff
Mm-hmm.
and you don't realize it.
Wearing it on the sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Has your art ever surprised you before?
I won't say my art has surprised me because I feel like I'm still learning myself as I go through it. I do still get surprised when people recommend me for artist calls or somebody is asking for a painting. But I did the same thing when I was a makeup artist. It was like, they like me enough to tell somebody else. Okay. So it still surprises me, and I'm very humbled and appreciate anybody who puts my name in rooms that I'm not in. So that I would say that's the only thing that surprises me right now. Outside of when I finish a painting, I usually hang it up in my house. And just to walk through my house and see my art is like from where you started in a little 4x4 canvas.
Yeah.
And I have canvases that are bigger than me now. It's like, okay.
I bet you be feeling good.
I do, because there was one point where I went into Michael's and there was a canvas just sitting there waiting for somebody to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know if I'll ever get to that. And then I'm trying to find somebody to bring the
That's what
it's home.
Yes, yes.
So luckily my son's father and I are really still good, and he will go pick up canvases and bring them to me since his vehicle was bigger.
That's so cool.
My little car not gonna handle it. So by any means necessary, get the canvas to the house.
That's right. Do you feel like people buy art or do they buy the connection?
For my art, I feel there's more connection. I do feel that there's people who just buy the art. They like what they see.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for not even just me, there are some people who really do paint deeply. And there are certain stories or experiences that may be discovered in a painting. And you connect with it. And sometimes you don't even know why you connect with it. It's just electric energy.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's possible. I'm not that girl. I would usually want to feel something, not just, oh, that's pretty on the wall.
Right. You want a connection.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like, there's art that's usually in doctor's office or dentist's office. Those statement pieces that are just, they match the room.
Decor or something.
Yes. I like those, and I've tried to make those, but it's not my thing.
Not the thing.
Mm-mm.
Now you brought some pieces with you. Can we take a look? See?
Yes. I brought 3.
Okay.
One is one that I did for an exhibit, a juried exhibit with Marshall Muse Gallery. Slight plug, I do have an event there on July 12th. So I brought Held, and Held is something I did for a juried exhibit at Marshall Muse Gallery for their Valentine's Day thing. My art is my Valentine. So this is what I felt with that. So this one is called Held, because a lot of women want to be held and feel like they're safe. So this is...
I can see that too. I can see that.
I need you to say. So this is what that represents. She does have a poem that goes with her called Full Access. So anybody want girl hears that.
You hear what I say?
You'll know how that feels. A labor of love, which also kind of started out the collection I'm working on now.
And that's acrylic and
acrylic.
Okay.
Now, she is not for sale. This is actually one I made for my best friend for her birthday. But this kind of started the thought for the collection.
Yeah.
So this one is called Seen, because a lot of women don't feel seen all the time. And I've heard that some people feel like you may be understood, but you may not be seen at the same time. You're either one or the other. So this is what I made for her. So this is her birthday gift, but she does have a poem to go with hers with.
That's so cool. I love that.
So unfortunately, this one is taken. The bestie has this one.
Go ahead.
But this one is the first to be seen from the Under the Brim collection that's going to be coming out in October. This is Becoming. So we're
love this.
Becoming is, of course, what every woman, like you said, evolving and trying to find yourself an identity. When I was painting this, and this is the one that started to make me cry, because once I painted the band on her hat, I thought of mahogany. Once I started doing her face and her earrings, and yes, these are real pearls. Once I started doing her facial features and things like that, I felt Diane Carroll.
Yes.
So you'll see a lot of my representation come through with me as a person, but some of these women who have inspired me as I've been in theater and in modeling, all the things.
Yes.
You'll see them come up throughout this collection. So
it's a nice collection.
It's
really
gonna be
is.
lovely.
I'm
a little scared and stressed and excited and all the things, but
yeah,
these are my babies. These are my babies.
Beautiful. She made her debut today. Beautiful. I know.
I say, yeah, I can give her a little sneak peek. Women have so many stories. There's so many things that they show. Sometimes we have masks that we wear.
Right.
Especially as mothers, or the many roles we wear. So this was one of those, this is what you see, but what are you carrying under the brim? What is the story that you're holding in that you're not showing to people? Because we can smile all day and act like everything is okay.
I know.
We're good for that.
Yeah.
But when you get in your solitude in your home and you break down because of what you're actually going through, that nobody knows that you're dealing with, those are the stories that people don't really get to hear. So hopefully through Under the Brim, you get to, one, look at yourself, but also experience what some woman even standing next to you might be going through and not saying it. So it's a lot of that, because we as women, I ain't telling my business.
No, we don't.
So it's a lot of sometimes you give too much business.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of telling those stories, sharing what we don't always share in public spaces, but also giving you the permission to reveal yourself or look inside yourself. Because sometimes you're not ready to give it.
Right.
But at least recognize some things in yourself. So with my art, this is where being seen becomes art, because I see these women. I used to see these women sit in my makeup chair and they used to tell me their business. But, once that face is on, none of that. That story is not being told.
Yeah.
But I look good, so I feel good. So that story is back here.
Right.
So
it's in the inside.
It's something I didn't realize that had been planted from years ago. But now I have the outlet.
So I guess when I asked you that question, did it sound like I was saying what was your headspace at that moment when you came up with the concept? Okay, good. Okay, okay, good. Okay.
I didn't know that that's where I wanted the collection to go.
Okay.
But soon as I kind of sat with it and was like, okay, what am I going to do? And that was the first thing. And I just thought hats, because I started to write a play years ago about souls, the soles of your feet, but your soul. So that's going to come out eventually at some point too. But sometimes we see the hat, but we got to know what's under there.
Right. Has healing changed the way you create?
Yes and no. there's been some poetry that I've written from an unhealed place, because I had to get it off my shoulders. I had to get it out of my head. I had to just release it. But I also tap into other people's feelings sometimes. And so sometimes I'm not necessarily writing from my viewpoint, but what I'm either seeing them go through or what I've heard from them that they're going through. So I can create from a healing place. I wouldn't necessarily keep saying unhealed because you're going to get there. But I feel like more so now, especially with this collection, I'm leaning more into the healed side because I'm still working on finding who I am outside of all the things that I've gone through.
Do you think people can see you in your art?
If they know me somewhat, yes. If they don't know me, they probably don't know that they see me. Because there's a lot of things that, again, we don't let everybody know our business. You may know tidbits. But yeah, I definitely feel like if you know me and if you've kind of been along for my journey, you'll understand some things or you understand some lines in my poetry. But if you don't know me, you'll just think, oh, that's nice. Oh, I see why she painted that after either reading or hearing the name of it. But yeah, most people, and people say I have a poker face, so they never know if I'm mad, happy, whatever.
And you be doing that when you paint.
Yes. So you don't necessarily know what space I'm in unless I tell you.
Do you want them to see you in your art?
Yes.
Right.
I said yes. I'm like, maybe not. I do because I'm hoping that they will look at themselves by seeing either me doing my art or either see themselves in my art to either step back and look at themselves or to make a move.
Okay.
Because sometimes we're stuck.
Yeah.
And maybe that one word, one line, one brushstroke is the thing that's going to make them move and make a decision or stand where they need to stand until that decision comes.
If there was one word to represent your art, what would it be?
I wasn't ready for that one. One word. Peace. And if I had to do a second word, healing.
I like it.
If I had to give it one of those two, definitely peace because it gives me peace to create. But I hope that people have a sense of peace looking at it. That even within finding themselves, sometimes you got to cry to get to peace too.
Yeah.
So even if you have a moment and you feel it and you let those tears out, hopefully the aftermath of that is that rainbow after the rain. You feel the peace of, who I let that go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm hoping there's some peace, and from the peace, you start working your way through the journey of healing.
Wow. It's almost like what you went through when you created that collection.
Yes. Very much so.
If your life was a painting today, what would it look like?
Organized chaos.
Organized chaos.
Organized chaos. Because I would say I still do a lot, but I'm being a little bit more intentional on how I organize, how I do things, intentional on how I talk to people, intentional on how I move. So I feel like it may look like blah when you see it, but once you step closer and look deeper, you'll kind of understand. You'll understand it.
That's art.
Uh-huh.
What's the biggest misconception you feel that people have about visual artists?
We need exposure. That we don't want your dollars. There's a lot.
Not true, no.
There's a lot, and I love people trying to give people a chance, but I also know sometimes the budget is not budgeting for you to sew into an artist. but sometimes there are artists who are actually doing this full time. And if their painting isn't selling, if they're not teaching an art class, if they're not selling merchandise, if they're not on YouTube or any social media and making money through that, something's not getting paid. And so it's awesome and great that you want to, promote us and show us. But throw us a little gas money, something.
Right.
Like help us out and to continue creating. And even let's say you can't necessarily give me the money. You got some art supplies you can hand over.
Right.
You got some referral names you can give. Share my stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll share your stuff.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, I can't do this by myself. It's going to take other people for my art to be seen, talked about, be in certain spaces. Weirdly enough, I have art that's on exhibit, which is permanent home, is in the municipal building for Greensboro.
Do you? Wow.
And that came through me doing a piece for my Bennett Bells, because I'm a Bennett Bell. I did a piece for them, and it wasn't exactly for what they were looking for. But they talked about it in their office and said, we got something else that we might use her for.
Whoa.
So that one painting turned into a 7-painting commission that's going to be up in the municipal building for however
long. Right.
So yes, that was for promotion, exposure, just me trying to get my name out there with City of Greensboro. But by them talking about it in their office and not being able to look away from it, that exposure gave me 7 paintings that were lovely and paid for, that are now in the municipal building for more people to see. So exposure gave more exposure, but it also paid a couple bills.
That's what I'm talking about. And that helps. We like that.
We liked it. We liked it.
What's more difficult, creating the art or believing in yourself?
Both.
Say both.
Both. Because there are moments where you're like, I got this vision, but I don't know if I can execute that. There are moments when, even though I have a degree in theater, it's still hard for me to get in front of people. I have my moments of, I'm not ready. So there are moments where you kind of have to put yourself out there and take the step, even if you don't know what the rest of the staircase is looking like.
Absolutely.
There are moments when people are not going to like your stuff. Everything is not for everybody. So I know I don't necessarily paint like another artist. They may not paint like me, but I have to still do what I feel inside to paint. I can't try to be them.
No.
My art is not going to look like theirs. I can try to get as close as I can get, but it will not look like theirs. So I feel like both are hard, but believing in yourself is because you got to get those voices out your head.
Yeah.
You got to put that aside.
That's that audience that you
that
up there.
And it's even past stuff. Like, there may be people who have said things in the past and it's stuck with you. And you may not have seen that person in years, but those words are still in your head. And so you got to find a way to kind of still keep pressing on, still keep pushing.
Got to find your way. Well, before we unplug, one last thing. What question are you asking yourself these days?
I am asking myself, how far can I take this? Because again, I didn't start this as NiSi the artist. I started as a makeup artist, which kind of fell in my lap. Didn't plan on doing that. Became a teacher. Didn't plan on a lot of things that fall into my lap, and it's part of my journey. And I didn't know that was where my journey was going. But somehow, some way, I kept going. So I am continually asking myself, is this where I was always meant to be? Can I continue with this? Will my work be seen by many, seen across countries? So I'm just trying to figure out, is this where I was always supposed to go? Is life led me to this?
I like it. I like that. And yes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to answer that for you. And yes. No, okay. Thank you so much for coming on Artistry Unplugged. Now, if someone wants to follow your work or follow you, how can they reach you?
As Tiana Taylor used to say, Google me, baby. But if you search NiSi's Eyes, NISISEYES, you can find me on my website. Instagram, Facebook are all under NiSi's Eyes. TikTok is under NiSi the Artist. But you can find me literally if you Google NiSi's Eyes. Even if you put NiSi Lee, you'll find information. No, don't do my government name. You're not gonna find me. But yes, definitely Google me or any of those avenues. You can find me and what I'm up to.
All right. Well, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, and much success to you.
Thank you.
And we look for you. We'll look for you. Your art will be. Yeah. Let me know where you're going to be at, because I want to check you out.
Yes.
Well, what stood out to me was this. The best art doesn't just reveal talent. It reveals truth. I'm Deniz Me'chel, and this is Artistry Unplugged. Artists reveal their true colors. Until next time.